The Soviet Navy had created a monster. With the Nanuchka-class small missile ship, they had perfected the concept of the pocket cruiser, a small, seaworthy vessel that packed the punch of a warship 3 times its size. It was a formidable coastal brawler, a gadfly that could threaten any NATO warship that dared to venture too close to Soviet shores. But in creating this powerful brawler, they had sacrificed the very soul of the revolution that came before it: speed. The original Soviet naval doctrine was built on the Mosquito fleet, swarms of tiny, incredibly fast Osa and Kamar-class missile boats designed to overwhelm an enemy with sheer numbers and velocity. The Nanuchka, for all its power and survivability, was not a speedboat. With a top speed of around 32 knots, it was a warship, not a Wasp. It could not perform the high-speed shoot-and-scoot raids that were the hallmark of the Mosquito fleet. This created a new problem. The Navy now had a powerful but relatively slow coastal defender, but it was losing its ability to conduct lightning-fast offensive strikes from the shore. This was not just a philosophical problem. It was a rapidly escalating tactical crisis. Naval technology was not standing still. Western navies, terrified by the success of the Soviet-inspired sinking of the Israeli destroyer Eilat by subsonic Styx missiles, had invested billions in a solution. That solution was the CIWS, a last-ditch automated Gatling gun designed to shoot down incoming sea-skimming missiles. The old Soviet doctrine, a swarm of slow subsonic missiles, was becoming obsolete. A significant number of them would now be shot down before they ever reached their target. The Soviet Navy was facing a future where its vaunted Mosquito fleet was losing its sting. To guarantee a kill against a modern, well-defended warship, they needed a new kind of weapon. They needed a missile that was not just powerful, but overwhelmingly fast. A weapon that could close the distance to the target before the CIWS could effectively react. And they needed a new platform to carry it. A platform that was not a lumbering 32-knot warship, but a pure, unadulterated speedboat. A drag racer of the seas designed to get its weapon in range, fire, and vanish before the enemy even knew what hit them. They needed to bring back the Wasp, but this time, it needed a supersonic sting. The solution was a return to first principles, supercharged with the most advanced technology the Soviet Union could produce. It was Project 1241 Molnia, or Lightning, known to the West by its NATO reporting name, the Tarantul Class. This new ship was not a replacement for the Nanuchka.
The ultimate proof.
It was its high-speed
success.
offensive partner. The Tarantul was designed for one thing and one thing only: pure, unadulterated speed. First, the engine of a fighter jet. At its heart was a revolutionary COGAG, combined gas and gas propulsion plant, a system more akin to a jet aircraft than a ship. 2 massive cruise turbines provided efficient long-range power, but for the final high-speed attack run, 2 colossal boost gas turbines would kick in, generating over 30,000 horsepower. This could propel the tiny 500-ton boat to blistering speeds of over 42 knots, making it one of the fastest and most agile combatants in the world. Second, the supersonic sting. This incredible speed was matched with a new, terrifying weapon. The most powerful versions of the Tarantul, the Project 1241.1 variants, were armed with 4 P-270 musket, the SSN-22 Sunburn, supersonic anti-ship missiles. This was the exact same monstrous Mach 3 sea-skimming missile carried by the massive 8,000-ton Sovremeny-class destroyers, now bolted onto a tiny Corvette. The Tarantul was a glass cannon, a ship with minimal defensive capability, but its doctrine was based on the idea that the best defense is an ungodly offense. The plan was simple and brutal.
Sharing the same
A wolf pack of Tarantuls would use their speed to gain a firing position, unleash a swarm of Sunburn missiles that no CIWS could hope to stop, and then use their 42-knot speed to escape in the ensuing chaos. It was the Soviet Mosquito fleet, reborn for the supersonic age. The proof of the Tarantul's success is staggering. It became one of the most successful and widely produced warship designs of the late Cold War. Over 70 of these supersonic Wasps were built for the Soviet and, later, the Russian Navy. But its true impact is measured in its incredible export success. It became the standard high-end missile corvette for a generation of world navies. The Indian Navy became one of its largest operators, acquiring a large fleet of a specialized export variant, the Veer class. These ships formed the core of India's coastal strike capability for decades. The reunified German Navy inherited the fleet of the former East German Volksmarine, so impressed with their speed and power that they kept them in service for years. They were sold to Poland, to Romania, to Bulgaria. The Vietnam People's Navy acquired them to modernize their own Mosquito fleet. The Tarantul was everywhere, a testament to its lethal and cost-effective design. These ships became legends in the navies they served. The Tarantul Bite, a well-respected threat. They were the perfect tool for a smaller navy to possess a credible, giant killer capability. A single Tarantul, lurking in the littorals, could threaten a multi-billion-dollar battle group with its swarm of sunburn missiles. It was the ultimate asymmetric equalizer. The legacy of the Tarantul class is the perfection of the fast attack craft. It was the ultimate expression of the Soviet philosophy of using small, affordable platforms to deliver a disproportionately powerful punch. It was the ship that took the Mosquito fleet concept into the supersonic era, and in doing so, created one of the most successful export warships in modern history. They are the intellectual ancestors of the modern Russian Mosquito fleet. The lessons learned from the Tarantul, the value of speed, the importance of a powerful missile, the effectiveness of asymmetric tactics, can be seen directly in the design of the new Tarantul Class Corvettes, which follow the same glass cannon philosophy, but with the even more lethal, long-range caliber missile. The Tarantul class was more than a missile boat. It was a statement of intent, a testament to a naval philosophy that valued the blinding speed of the Wasp over the thick hide of the Rhino. In the high-stakes game of coastal warfare, these small ships were the undisputed kings of the sprint, the brawlers that could end a fight before it even began. They were the Supersonic Wasps, the giant killers of the Cold War. Share this video to explore the fascinating and lethal story of the Tarantul class, the legendary fast attack craft that armed the world.